Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Flip Flop Family podcast. I'm Xylene.
I'm Emiliana.
And I'm Zachariah.
And thank you so much for joining us. If you're a brand new listener, it's great to have you on board and we have loads more episodes for you to listen to. And if you're a loyal listener, thank you so much for still being here. And I want to say thank you actually to one of our listeners who actually gave us this idea to talk about healthy eating, which is a great topic to talk about because it's so relevant to everyone, no matter who you are, whether it's for yourself, whether it's in children, whether it's in your grandparents. Healthy eating is super important.
It's funny how we're talking about healthy eating when me and my sister just had a burger and chips.
That is very true, Zach.
It was leftovers, so like...
And thank you
Same
for
thing.
exposing me. But no,
sorry.
it's very, very important to have a balanced diet. Yes, they did just have a burger and chips, but it was 100%
And
beef.
sauce.
It didn't have rubbish in it, and it was a fresh bun, and it wasn't like a...
Brioche bun.
You know what I mean. We tried to make it as healthy as possible. There was loads of salad in it.
Yeah, there was. It tasted really good.
Condiments are a problem though, because you two love sauces, and sauces have a lot of sugar in.
I love mixing ketchup and mayo and barbecue. It just tastes so good.
Well, there you go. See, it's very difficult, but you've got to always try and have a balanced diet. It's interesting that we are doing a podcast all about healthy eating today because Ramadan just started yesterday. So for people who are Muslim, they might be fasting. I'm a Smiley, and we're from a multi-faith family. So mum's a Smiley, dad is
Christian.
Catholic.
and so as Catholics, what do you do?
Lent.
You do Lent. So normally we mix the two up, Ramadan and Lent, and we do
Ramadan.
Rent.
No, it's Ramadan. Zach.
It's Rent.
Zach would like to call it Rent,
It's
but we
Rent.
call it Ramadan.
Rent.
And what it is basically from the beginning of Ramadan to the end of Lent, we give up all the yummy things that we like to eat. But this year, for my own personal reasons, I am fasting. And Emiliana said that she wanted to fast, but how's that working out for you?
So because at school we normally eat lunch at 12:40, my body clock just gets hungry at 12:40 because I normally don't have breakfast on like school days anyways. But so I kind of just give up and eat at around 12:40. But on the like actual school days, because I'm more distracted at school, I feel like I don't need to eat. So next week I might not eat.
So you're going to try and do it on school days.
Yeah.
But it's not required. The children don't have to do it. It's something that Emiliana said that she wanted to do.
Which clearly failed.
Which is clearly failing. But I do think there's an element of peer pressure there. And I think that is a big part of food. Do you think that maybe you want to fast because your friend's fasting?
No. I want to do it for my own reasons. My own personal
Well, when I
reasons.
think of food, especially in you children and trying to encourage healthy habits, I do think of peer pressure because when you were younger, me and Daddy really struggled with both of you because you would take healthy snacks to school and your friends would often not take healthy snacks to school.
Yeah, like
Crisps.
Yeah, crisps.
donuts, mini donuts.
Mini
and
donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like some
They're
little
so good. And those
packets
little
where it's like
cups.
a donut cake. They used to bring
As
that.
a snack, a healthy
Yeah.
snack.
Well, not really healthy,
Oh my
but
goodness.
it was
So
a
the
snack.
schools always said they should bring in a healthy snack. So we generally would send in a piece of fruit. But it's so hard, okay, every day. But it's so hard when children would like take out a packet of Walkers and some hula hoops or like
I
Lily
always
said, some mini
steal
donuts.
Neve's animal chocolate biscuits.
Or animal chocolate biscuits.
All
and you
those lovely tiny brownies with M&Ms.
Look, we
in
could
them.
go on with all the unhealthy
Oh,
snacks.
so nice.
And Minnie and Zach go into school with a banana or an apple. And, you know, it's like we're trying to encourage healthy habits. But when your friends aren't doing that, then it's really hard because they come home going, oh, but I want this and I want that. So that's a really hard one to tackle, especially when you take your kids food shopping. They just want to pick up all the unhealthy things they can find.
Not really.
Yeah,
Yes,
you do.
really.
You do Oreos.
Oh, don't even get me started
Well,
with
there you
Oreos.
go.
I love Oreos.
So you want to pick up the Oreos. Zach wants to. What do you like normally pick up when we go food shopping?
Maltesers.
No.
Oh.
I'm not really... I'm a sweet person, but a savoury person. I don't like that much of sweet.
You like
So I
croissants
would normally pick
you
up
like
games to
croissants.
play. Like
Yeah, that's
gaming
true.
stuff.
Or actually, you're a bit bougie, and sometimes you'll always pick up a little bit of sushi. Won't you? A little full pack of
wait till sushi
You're
is
so
to
bougie.
die for. So posh. To die for.
He loves his sushi. But that is a great thing to do with children. Like when you're taking them food shopping, I think, is to encourage them to look at the traffic lights on the front to see what is sort of healthy, what is unhealthy, so that they can make healthy choices. I just think that if you can educate your children now, then as they get older, that education will hopefully stay with them. It's really difficult because advice about health and what to eat is constantly constantly changing and evolving. And Ben and I do a lot of research into those things before implementing them into our household. But as our children are a bit older, nearly 10 and 13, we talk to them about all the things that we've learned. So about glucose spikes and having a healthy vegetable jacket and lining your stomach before eating certain foods. So those conversations are always had. I think Emiliana and Zach both have really good ideas about what is healthy. They often don't make the healthiest choices, but they know what is. I think you're quite healthy, Zach.
Yeah. Because
Why are you saying that I'm not healthy?
No,
I
you
am
are,
healthy.
but I think Zach probably will make a healthier choice. So having a balanced diet is, of course, super important. And we do try to do that on the plate. And we make sure that everything on the kids' plate is pretty much what we have.
Healthy.
We've never cooked separate meals for the
Only
children.
when it's like jerk chicken. Or spicy
Only when
stuff.
it's jerk, yeah. So when we make jerk chicken, it's super spicy. We make the kids something separate. But really and truly, I think it's super important to give your children everything, a balanced diet, everything that you're eating. Don't make separate meals for your children. We've come across a lot of fussy eaters, haven't we? When your friends come over from school and you have play dates, it's so hard to give them something that everyone's going to eat.
I feel for you because it's not like they don't like something, they're not going to eat it. Then you have to obviously feed them something. But it's different, like for people that have one of my friends have like
allergies.
They're gluten free, so that's not their fault. But I feel like for some people, when they're really fussy, it must really annoy you as well.
It's slightly annoying, but really it's okay if you've got a food intolerance or you're gluten free or something. That's different. But just being a fussy eater and only having like 3 things in your repertoire that you eat, that's quite hard.
Yeah, like fish fingers, chicken nuggets, and chips.
So me and my sister, we're not really fussy eaters because my mum and my dad give us whatever. They give us one meal, and if you don't eat, you don't eat. You're just going to need some fruit or something.
That's right.
So like we're not fussy eaters.
We are quite harsh, aren't we? So if you don't like the dinner, we're like, well, you're not hungry then.
And then
like,
Dad sometimes gives me
that's what we
beans on
say.
toast. Sometimes Dad.
But that's what we always say, don't we? Kitchen's closed.
Like, bro.
And Dad sometimes gives me beans on toast, which is lovely.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Well, it's very rare, but yeah, we try to just give you whatever we're eating, and I think that should hopefully help with fussy eaters because generally when our kids go and have play dates, the food that is always given to them is pizza.
Or
and
chicken
I'm not blaming
nuggets.
parents because I often have to do the same thing because when kids come over, they don't eat everything that you're making. Like I can't just give them whatever dinner that I'm cooking.
No, the thing is, you give them pizza, but it's not that bad because they're putting their own toppings on it. But then in the other ones, it's just like a freshly baked one. You just put it in the oven.
That's a really good one.
you
Yeah,
know
it's
what's
true.
in
We do make our own homemade pizzas, and also a nice activity is that we let the kids. We put all the toppings out, and I kind of hope that they're going to choose like the peppers and the sweet corn and the tomatoes. But most kids still do margarita. So speaking of putting food out and helping the kids to choose their own toppings for their pizza, apparently that is another really good way to encourage healthy eating in children. So getting them involved. Zach, you were just helping me today, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I was the slow cook. What's it called again?
Slow cooker.
Lamb.
Yeah, I made beef. I made a beef vindaloo, and Zach was helping me with chopping up the onions and the potatoes. And what did you make out of the potatoes?
Oh yeah, if you know, it's like those purple things on the potatoes.
The sprouts. When a
Eyes.
potato starts to
They're
sprout.
called
Are you
eyes.
sure they're called eyes?
I don't even think they're called
And
eyes.
that's
I think
in
you're making
geography.
that up.
You would twist them off, get them off, put some soil, put it in the soil, put it on top, and then just leave it. And 6 to 8 weeks, I think it said, the video. Then you'll have freshly grown potatoes.
Well, there you go. Zach wants to grow. Has got his own little allotment on the windowsill and
I
wants to
love
grow potatoes as well.
potatoes.
But it's true though. Like if you get the kids involved in making the food, I feel like they're more inclined to want to eat it. So that's a great way to encourage healthy eating.
Because like obviously they know what's in it and they know that they've made it, so they're not gonna want to waste it.
Yeah, and it's probably not as scary. Like especially when children are trying out new foods, if they've kind of prepared it. It's not as scary when it's then brought to the table. So
Scary.
that's a really good
Yeah,
thing. Well, yes,
scary.
sometimes new foods can be scary to kids, like if you've never tried something, right?
Yeah, like for your first time.
So what's the deal, Emiliana, with sweets and your friends? Because we don't really ever buy sweets. Like that's why you guys absolutely love Halloween and going trick-or-treating because the amount of sweets that you get because we don't buy them. But recently there seems to be a thing that you do a lot.
And we actually live very close to a corner shop, don't we? And there's
Well,
like 5
everyone lives close
racks
to a
of
corner
sweets.
We do live very close to a corner shop, and I think Minnie may be a frequent visitor.
I'm not. I barely ever go to the corner shop.
But you and your friends
never go to
love
the corner
sweets,
shop.
don't you? I feel like more than you
I
did when you were
sweets. I
when
like
you were younger.
sweets. My favorite sweets are nuts gummy clusters.
Mine's
So
Johnny
good.
Ranchers.
And what is it about gifting? Like, I feel like you guys gift each other sweets.
No, because say you get the person like a main present, say it's just like a little spa kit or something, then you obviously would want something they want to eat, right? So you just get
So you buy
a pack of sweets, like
yeah.
Sour Patch Kids or
The
something.
most unhealthy thing ever, sweets.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is their birthday, so you gotta.
That's true. But did you know that in school, in primary school, you kids, do you ever remember being weighed?
No.
Yeah, I do. I don't get why they were so stupid. What is with that system?
So you actually get
strange.
weighed at school, and if you are, there's something called BMI, which is body mass index, and they use that. They look at your height and they look at your weight and they work and your age and they look at where you should be. And if you are above or below that BMI, they then send the parents a letter to say like your child is above average or below average. But what I found crazy is that when they do send this letter, they barely give you any advice or any information. And I just think that children, as they're growing, they change shape, they change. Obviously, they grow. Sometimes they may be they're short for a while, and all of a sudden they have a massive growth spurt. So I don't necessarily agree with this. Yeah, you were kind of short for a while. I thought you were going to go on my side. I'm only 5 foot, and all of a sudden you shot up, didn't you, Minnie?
I'm like 5'1".
Yes, you're taller than me now.
Well,
Yes,
what am
very
I?
true.
Like, one.
I don't know what you are in feet, but you're 130.
I feel like Zach's like
centimeters.
4'9". No, Zach's probably like 4'7".
4 foot something. But I just think that when the sort of government do these initiatives and they weigh your children and they send out these letters, I think it's really important that they're giving you some better advice than just like a fact sheet, because that can be quite scary. Like if you as a parent get a letter.
What is with you and the word scary now?
Well, I just think that if you as a parent get a letter and if they tell you that your child is really overweight based on their height or really underweight, then you can start freaking out. Like you don't know, you need some advice. You can't just be given that information and then nothing more.
I think that's actually really messed up.
Because I was having a conversation with my science teacher, and we were learning about like obesity and stuff in school, and then she called me up after at lunch. She's like, oh yeah, I was just explaining what normal weight is and this and that. But why are you saying there's not really, if you think about it, there's not normal weight. Everyone's
I know,
different.
but it's true. When it comes to the BMI index, it does say normal, like what is normal. And again, whether these terms should be used, normal, obese, above average, below average, all these, it's another topic, isn't it? And again, we're trying to encourage healthy eating, healthy habits, and we want healthy weight and healthy fitness amongst our children. And sometimes you may be, as with adults, you may be a bit overweight, you may be a bit underweight. But the most important thing, the most important message that Daddy and I try to send out is just to be healthy. Eat healthy and be active.
And sleep healthy.
And as long as you're eating healthy
Don't mouth breathe. As you said in another
don't
podcast,
mouth breathe.
Sleep healthy.
And get enough sleep. Yeah, that's again very, very important. Another thing that I think relates to sort of healthy eating is clothing. When Emiliana was younger, I really struggled with clothing.
Yeah,
because
so did I as well. Because like you can go on, but loads of kids that it was like year 4 and year 5. In Primark, it would just be like crop tops and stuff, and it's like, I'm only in year 5, calm down.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it was appropriate, but I feel like that was the trend, that was the fashion. And so there's crop tops everywhere, and then it's hard to get anything else. And if you don't think that your child should be wearing that kind of clothing, but then again, all their friends are wearing that, it's that peer pressure, that thing where your friends are doing it, so you want to do it. But if parents don't think it's right, then it's not right. And that you've got to go with that. But out there in the fashion, it was actually hard to find you clothes at one stage because
like
everything
just normal size t-shirt.
Yeah, like a normal t-shirt, because everything was cropped. Everything had been cut halfway.
And even to this day now in Primark, whenever me and Mum go, there's either nothing in, because my mum's quite small and petite, so everything is so like big and massive. And Mum, I feel like Mum finds it hard to find something because you're so small.
I do struggle with the jeans. I do.
Oh my god! Don't even.
Then where do you get those jeans? Primark?
No,
New
these
Look.
are actually New Look. But coming back to healthy eating, here's a few things to help you if you are struggling with encouraging healthy eating in your children. Being a role model, so eating healthy foods and being active so that they can see that, which again was a hard one at times because I do have a sweet tooth. So when you two were really young, I would try to eat those sort of things when you weren't around because I didn't want you to see that I was eating.
You did us like that.
That's crazy. Did you like that? Yeah,
That's
because
crazy.
I was trying to be a good role model.
Yeah, well, clearly you weren't.
Plan meals together, so involving your kids in tuning.
And Mum, why are you telling us this now?
Yeah, because now we know
Do
what
you
you're
still
going to be
do
doing.
it?
No, I don't, because now you go to sleep at the same time as me because I go to sleep early as well. Plan your
But
meals.
whenever you do anything anyways, because you've got the skylight right by my bedroom window, I can see you guys in the kitchen.
Yes. Emiliana, unfortunately, her bedroom window is just above the extension. And we have one of those kind of, I've forgotten what they're called now.
Skylight.
No, but it's a funny shaped skylight. A lantern. We have a lantern skylight in our extension. And Emiliana can literally open her window and look straight down. And the perfect spot is me and Ben sitting on the sofa so she can see us if we're eating any naughty foods at night time.
Yeah, it's kind of a disadvantage because when me and my cousins, Dave and Marla and my sister, we always sleep there. And then we're always like eating sweets. And then Mum just goes to my sister's room and is like,
yeah, that's right. That's the greatest
and
spot
we can, and then we see the curtains open, but then we're like procrastinating. Is that the curtains opening, or is it just us eating too much sweets and we're seeing
It's
things?
a reflection. Yeah, no, I always used to come and have a little peek and see what you're doing. But right, so being a role model, planning your meals together, so involving children in choosing ingredients and preparing meals. And I always ask the kids, what should I cook? What should I make? And it doesn't often help me. But trying to plan them together, I think that's a really fun thing to do. Looking at ingredients and figuring out what you can cook. Eating breakfast, I'm on the fence about this, but this is on the NHS website. Skipping breakfast can make kids hungry and tired later in the day. Offer a variety of foods, including fruits, vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats. So keeping it interesting. We like different meals.
Yeah, we like
every
a
day.
good variety. So one day we might have Indian food, obviously. One day we might have Chinese food, like a homemade, like chow mein.
Yep.
Or one day we might have jerk chicken. So there's it's very multicultural in the week. Like
It is
very different
actually.
variety of what we eat. But I also feel like that's good as well, though, because you don't just want to be stuck on. Obviously, we're
Chinese
Indian, so
foods.
most people just think, oh, you just eat Indian food. But it's good to have a different variety because you can see what different cultures eats and stuff.
Yeah, it's true. And if you check out the Flip Flop Family Kitchen, you'll be able to see all the different meals that we do cook in our house. Limiting unhealthy foods, so buying fewer calorie and high fat snacks. I just try not to buy it. Even when I really fancy it, I just try not to buy it.
You guys might just think I'm saying this because my mum is my mum, but genuinely most things that my mum does put on the Flip Flop Family Kitchen Instagram page is good. Like me and Zach do give mum the Emiliana and Zach handshake, and as I said, you guys might just think I'm saying that, but it genuinely is really good. And especially if you're looking for different like cultural recipes or multicultural recipes, I think you should definitely take a look at that, because if you're someone who wants to expand their cooking, then I'd
Thanks,
go on
Minnie.
that page.
I really appreciate that.
You're
I must say
welcome.
that every time I cook a meal, I always do ask Minnie, Zach and Daddy what their score is. And I only put the recipes on there that I get a good score, because it's meant to be, the whole point of it was to be a virtual cookbook that we can kind of go back to whenever I'm stuck and don't know what to cook.
And then Mum made it public.
And then I made it public very recently. So choosing healthy cooking methods is another really important one. So baking or grilling instead of,
or frying in oil or something.
Yeah, I mean, we do use our air fryer a lot. I don't really ever fat fry at all, deep fry. It's just not a thing, because I guess you just know how unhealthy it is.
Yeah.
I really think it's good for kids to have a variety of food like most days, because if you just have one food, just not really that good.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of different food groups and lots of different, all different foods have different vitamins and nutrients and minerals. So that's why it's really important to have a balanced diet. Encourage mindful eating. I mean, this is a big one, because a lot of the time people can eat on the go, like when they're walking down the street, walking to school, like running out the door. But instead of eating just, while you're on the go, if you always eat when you're sitting down and be mindful about what you're putting on your plate. Like even if I've made the kids, let's say I've made chips with something, for example, I'll always give them less, but I'll leave more. And Zach will always go and find the air fryer and nick a few, but he will have more if he wants more. But instead of loading your child's plate and them eating loads of food that they don't need to eat, so being mindful so that they can choose how much they eat. Offering healthy snacks, which I feel like we've covered a lot in this podcast.
Yeah.
So nutritious snacks between meals. Providing water and low-fat milk instead of fruit juice. We don't really buy juice, but we do have a bit of squash in our house, don't we?
Yeah, but we'd only ever have fruit juices if it's at a party again, because
like Happy
pizza,
Summers.
party food is all
or like at
junky,
youth club,
but
you get like
sometimes
Happy
good.
Summers.
Yeah, and we only really buy juice when we have family over. If we're having a dinner or something, we'll buy fresh orange juice.
But like in club.
Making healthy choices easy. Oh, this is a good one, guys. Putting nutritious foods in easy to see places. Where do I put the crisps?
in like underneath the chairs, which is underneath the island, and then
and
it's
then
like
the
into a
cupboards.
massive walker's box that we have to pull out. It's just so long.
Yeah,
Sometimes I
And
can't be
it's like
bothered.
on the deepest point of the earth.
Yeah, it's so.
I've been doing this one for ages, actually. I don't know when I saw it.
Wait, did you do
sometime-
it purposely or just because that's the only space?
Even if you think about it, when most of our cereals are healthy, but whenever I do buy the odd unhealthy cereal, I put
Crunchy
it
Nut
away.
cornflakes.
I put it away in the corner larder. I don't put it in the cereal
Yeah,
drawer.
but Mum, we all know that that's
I know
where the
you
cereal
know
belongs.
where they are,
so,
but the point is that it's not the first thing you see. So I try. So the fruit is kept at a very accessible place,
Yeah,
but the junk drawer is the bottom drawer, and the crisps literally are under the island in some faraway cupboard.
Yes.
It says don't use food as a reward on the NHS website, but
Why would you even?
no, like, you know, if you don't eat your dinner, you can't have dessert. But we do often say that. But then that was only when you were younger, I guess. These are all great ideas to help you to promote healthy eating in kids. On to our savvy tip of the week. Since we're talking about food, my savvy tip would be to make sure that wherever you do your food shop, you sign up to their loyalty scheme. So whether it's Tesco Club Card, whether it's Sainsbury's Nectar, My Waitrose, Lidl Plus, wherever you do your shop, make sure that you have signed up, because now more than ever, I'm finding that if you're not signed up, you're spending double the price and you're not making the most out of your shop, coupons, freebies, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you sign on. I know it's long, but if you just save it to your wallet on your mobile phone, you won't have to walk around with 10,000 fobs like my husband, who is still stuck in the dark ages. So make sure you get those digital fobs on your phone.
My savvy tip is that if your kids want a snack, all you can do is you can make, for example, you can cut the middle of an apple open. You could make it like a small bowl, get another apple, make it into fries, peel off the skin off so it looks like fries. Then just put it in the apple. And
Oh, that's a nice one. So that's not a savvy tip, but you've given us a little healthy recipe.
Yeah.
A little, yeah. So doing apple chips with peanut butter.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Again, adding on to Zach's point, just remember, if your kids want a snack, obviously you can give them whatever you think is best for them, but always remember that there is a healthier / fruit choice to what they might want. So always try and make it healthier by just, even if they want a packet of crisps, say, well, have an apple before that or something to make it more healthy.
That's true. Well, I guess that's really great. Nice to hear that some of the things we've been saying to you have actually sunk in. That's really nice.
Yeah.
But what we often do is on the plate, if we do put crisps, let's say they're having a sandwich, we give them like instead of giving them a whole bag, we just put a little handful of crisps and then we cut up some fruit on the plate as well. And that normally covers all bases, and that does the trick. So what would be your tune of the week this week, Zach?
mine has to be Wishing Well by Juice WRLD.
Good old Juice WRLD again, yeah?
Good old Juice
Emiliana,
WRLD.
what's yours?
My tune of the week is probably All the Stars by Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay,
Feet
enjoying.
Sizzle.
You love SZA and you love Juice WRLD. And my tune of the week is Rex Orange County, and the song is called Amazing. Zaki, what would be your meal of the week, your dish of the week that's been your favourite?
Mine has to be the crispy beef quesadillas.
Lovely. And you can check
They're
that
the
out
best.
on the Flip Flop Family Kitchen page. Really easy. Did you have one, Minnie?
It'd probably be the same as Zach, to be honest, because me and Zach, I'd say most of our food palette is the same.
Yeah, and it was nice. It was nice
Majority,
and quick and easy, and it was delicious. So check out the Flip Flop Family Kitchen page for loads of ideas, different food recipes, and inspiration. As with everything in life, in this busy, fast pace that we live, implementing a healthy lifestyle in yourself and in your children is never easy. So all I can say is be kind to yourself. Bring in one healthy habit at a time. And if your children love a bit of junk food, my only advice is don't buy it, because if it's not in the house, they just can't reach for it. And remember, if you do like the content of this podcast, please do give us a little thumbs up, perhaps write a comment, and remember to press on the little ring bell so that you find out.
Oh my god, Mum, you sound like one of them YouTubers. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and don't forget to click the notification bell down below so you'll be updated when we post our next video. Bye, guys!
Yeah, all of that. Thanks, Minnie.
You're welcome.
But then you'll know every time we release one, which is, I think, really cool. I like getting the notifications about podcasts that I enjoy, so check that out. We release an episode twice a week on a Monday and a Thursday, so please do check out some of the other ones, including The Power of Manifesting, Parents and Plants, and our first ever podcast all about mouth breathing. Until next time, thank you for listening. Bye bye.